Hey, everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. An amazing Monday today, here with my good friend and twin, Mr. Zak Stone. He is amazing. You don't want to miss it. Make sure and share this out. Tell your friends. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Hounds of Business Community, Haugen's Gallery, Shortstop's Burger Shakes and Fries, and Suzanne Bodlovic and State Farm Insurance. For more information on Hounds of Business Community, go to Hounds of Business Community on LinkedIn or Mike Ashebrander. And for more information on Haugen's Gallery and their personal branding photography, go to haugensgallery.com. And for more information on Shortstop's Hamburger Shakes and Fries and their amazing food, go to southpawspizza.com. And finally, for more information on State Farm Insurance and Suzanne Bodlovic, go to insurancewithsuzanne.com. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Another amazing Monday. Are you ready? I am. I love Mondays. I am not the average guy that thinks, oh, it's Monday. No, I love Mondays because you know what? New opportunities, new possibilities, amazing things ahead of you and I today. So excited about Monday, and I hope that you are too. You know, Marketing with Russ is all about how amazing people connect. And we have an amazing person on this morning, Mr. Zak Stone, such a great friend of mine, and I'm excited to bring him on. But we got a few things to talk about first, and I'm just so thankful that you are here. You know, I am all about inspiring and encouraging you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. I want you to get out there and do amazing, amazing things, all the things that God created you to do. And I'm so thankful that today you're taking time to start it with Marketing with Russ. So blessed to do that. You know, I'm all about bringing value to you, great, amazing people from all over the world to help you get your day started right. And you know what? There's nothing like connecting because, like I said, we're all about how amazing people connect. And of course, I love to connect. I would love to connect with you, russhedge.com. If you know my name, just put a .com on the end and you are there. russhedge.com has everything about me. Just going through some amazing updates with my teammate today. She is so amazing. Ever does more than I do, and she's the one in the background making all the magic happen. So thankful for her today. Also, I would love for you to subscribe to YouTube today. I'm telling you, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of amazing people. So this show, we celebrated 500 episodes just a while back. We're moving on with the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, 200 episodes. We have done so many great things on that. Russ Reels Live. There's so much available at on my YouTube page. And guess what? I keep it simple for you. You just have to go to marketingwithruss.live today, marketingwithruss.live, and you can subscribe to that and get all this great value. And so I'm so thankful that I have this opportunity to be able to get the word out there, to be able to encourage you, and to be able to have so many amazing people that bring you value. So when you subscribe today, you will get all that amazing value. And we would just love for you to join our growing team. We have an amazing growing community there on YouTube. Also, if you please share this out, that would be such a blessing. Share this out today at russhedge.com. Actually, share this out today on the link that's provided. There you go. That's what I meant to say. And tag your friends. Put down your friends and let them know what's going on. And I would really appreciate that today, because, we all need a little reminder in the morning, especially Monday morning. Get things started, get things rolling. We're busy. Please let everybody know. You know what? They do not want to miss Zak today. And that would be just a bummer if they do. But guess what? If they do, this sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So you can go back and watch it on replay. It sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. And you can watch the video and you can still connect with Zak and with the people in the comments, as well as you can share this with friends. Even if you're watching it on replay today, please put hashtag team replay if you're watching it that way today, because I know a ton of you watch on replay, and I would love for you to do that and just say hi to us. And that would be such a blessing. Also, I want to let you know that then this still converts to audio podcasts as well. You go to Spotify today or go to iTunes, and today you can watch this. All the major platforms, you can listen today if you don't have time to watch, and that would be such a blessing. All right. So the main things there. Also, don't forget, if you haven't got your copy of Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, my book, I would love for you to get that and be able to encourage you, inspire you through written form. I have the follow-up to that coming out later this year. Life Happens and Then You Choose. Also available, and all these books, by the way, are available at russhedge.com. You can also get my 4 anthology collaborative books where I wrote a chapter with other amazing authors. They are #1 on Amazon, international bestsellers. So blessed to be part of that. You can pick those up as well. Or if you just like to go to Amazon or other online booksellers, you can do that as well. I know that most of them are available on several online booksellers, but they're all available on Amazon. Love for you to do that today. So, all right. Anyway, I have a couple of last things that I want to tell you before we get Zak in the room, and we got to do our marketing tip of the day. I want to let you know that upcoming this Thursday, that's right, this Thursday, Turn Cold Calling into Making Friends. My workshop is at noon Pacific on the 8th. That is this Thursday. I would love for you to sign up for that. The information to sign up for that workshop is going to be in the comments. And so today you can click on that and go right there and sign up. I would be just so honored. In fact, if you're watching today, special for you, and you want to sign up this Thursday, put in the promo code FREE. Guess what? It costs you nothing. The class is only $25, but if you want to actually get there and come Thursday, put in the promo code FREE and sign up today. I would love for you to do that. Here it is again. Turn Cold Calling into Making Friends. It is a great one. A lot of the information is based on how to win friends and influence people. One of my favorite books ever. So you want to check that out. Okay, and 2 last things here. Don't forget, we're so thankful for our sponsors, the Hounds of Business, Haugen's Gallery, Shortstops, and Suzanne Bodlevic and State Farm. We are also listener supported, so you can hit that QR code, or you go to the link in the comments and you can give today to keep this amazing ministry and show going with these amazing guests. There's a cost involved in everything, and we could really use your support. And so we are sponsor and listener supported. Thank you so much for that. All right. So we're going to do our marketing tip of the day. This is in honor of my guest, Zak Stone. And we do this every Monday and Thursday. It gets cut out, put on YouTube Shorts, gets put out on all social media separately. So you can actually grab a hold of just the marketing tip of the day and share it, or you can watch it again and view it. And I would love for you to do that and comment. Okay. All right. Are you ready? All right, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Create visibility with photos and video. That's right. Create visibility with photos and video. Today there's nothing like seeing the real you. Pictures of you, videos of you. I got great advice years ago from a friend that said, you know what, if you want people to know what you're really all about, because I was trying to communicate this crazy me, she goes, put a video right at the top of your website. Let people see who you really are. photos of you with your family and other things going on, or whatever you're doing business with, things you want people to see. Photos and video do amazing job of that. So today, don't forget, you need visibility to grow your business. You need visibility so people know who you are. And today, create visibility with photos and video. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. That'll get cut out, put out separately. And now we're going to get Mr. Zak Stone in, who's sitting there patiently going, am I ever coming in the show? There he is, Mr. Zak Stone.
Good morning. I got my computer to work too. I'm not on my phone.
All right. Awesome. I know I saw you adjusting things or back and forth. You look great.
Thank you. So do you.
Well,
you're a handsome guy.
I tell you, I mean, it's so amazing for those people that don't know and aren't from the local area, where Zak and I are both here in Salem, Oregon. So many people were getting us mixed up online. We both like selfies. We both have similar personalities, and we look pretty similar. Everybody were calling us twins. And so there we are. And I walk up to a greeters with the Chamber of Commerce here in Salem, and Zak grabs a hold of me and said, "It's my twin." So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, buddy.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to start off with the basics. Who in the world is Zak, and what are you up to? Give us a little input on you.
Let me just clean my camera screen here real quick. Okay. Who am I? I'm Zak Stone. I'm 48 years old, for a little longer, and I'm a professional photographer, content creator here in Salem. Did commercial real estate for a little more than 20 years, and then decided to I was old enough and grown up enough to start chasing my dream of what I really wanted to do with life.
Well, that right off the bat is amazing. The last thing you said, so many people don't chase their dreams and do what's really in their heart, what they're passionate about. And I think that you're always more successful in life if you follow your passions, you follow your heart and what you really feel like you should be doing. I love the quote by TD Jakes that says, if you don't know what your purpose is in life, follow your passion, and your passion will lead you to your purpose. And you definitely did that, my friend. So tell us a little bit more about your photography, because I love this. You're not just an average photographer. I mean, besides being a crazy, fun guy, you get some great photos.
Thank you. First of all, I wanted to say Monday is my favorite day of the week too.
All right. That's
for the same reason, like the whole week is open and opportunity is like, the sky's the limit. But yeah, my photography, I tell people I pretty much shoot anything except weddings. I have shot some weddings, and I realized, you know what, I'll let someone else do that. I'll focus on the construction photography, food photography, lifestyle. I really love the outdoor photography, landscape photography. That's one reason why I wanted to really pursue photography, is because I had so much love or passion for being in the outdoors and capturing the beauty that I would see.
Yeah, well, and it is beautiful. The stuff that you're capturing. I mean, first off, people can find you on Instagram. We're going to be putting all this information up, and they can find you on Facebook and all of that, and see. So I think, what is your favorite, Instagram for putting up photos?
Yeah, I put them across on Instagram and Facebook, and those are my two main social media sharing apps that I use. Yeah. Okay. I do have a YouTube channel, but I don't use it as much. I've been trying to work on making content, but there's only so much time in the day, and that time takes energy too.
Well, you know what you need to do, my friend, and this is just my suggestion. Some of those crazy fun videos, whether they're from chamber greeters or whether from the Salem Capitals basketball games, which is another whole side of your fun life, you should get some of that stuff on your YouTube page, because it's fun. You don't really need to do much with it. Put on just raw video. People love that stuff.
I've been editing a video right now of me shooting photos of waterfalls and going over the different types of filters to use. And I'm trying to keep it more raw, just talking to the camera and to the people, instead of just music over pretty images.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, let's talk a little bit about that. I love the Salem Capitals. I don't get to go as much as I would like. A lot of that's because I'm just not doing as good that time of night. I made it to halftime when I came to the last game, which was great. Cancer night,
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and you were so much fun. Talk about your energetic, really super energetic side comes out in greeters and the Salem Capitals games. But talk about that a little bit.
Like talk about the position I have at the Capitals being
Yeah, yeah.
kind of the so I met Jason a couple years ago. Took my kids to a game, had so much fun. I just was like, how can I get more involved with the Capitals to help them out and to give my kids a more unique experience going to the game, especially having it here in Salem and not having to drive to Portland to witness a Blazer game. So I just reached out to him and said, "Hey, do you need any help with photos or anything? I'd love to just come and shoot some photos from the stands. I don't even need to come down on the court." And did that a few times. And then Jason's like, "Hey, next year, how would you like to come on and be the main photographer for the Capitals?" And I was like, "Holy cow, that would be awesome!" And we talked about it and ended up getting like a little VIP table for my wife and kids to sit at when we're at the games, and I get to walk around and shoot photos. And then Jason was like, "Hey, I'm gonna play this year. How would you like to be on the microphone and kind of help do the timeouts and the halftime?" And at the time, I was very ambitious and said, "Yes, absolutely, let's do it." I don't mind public speaking or talking in front of large crowds. I've done it for many years. Back when I lived in Orlando, I did a lot of wakeboarding, wake skating. I was asked to help facilitate the contest. So me and another guy would be on the microphones and talk about the tricks and the riders and help just keep the day not boring. So I felt like I had some experience. Did that. It was a lot of fun. And then he kind of got hurt. So he came back on the court for the microphone, and we found out that two of us, it was way better than one. So we finished off the season as a duo. And then this year he was like, "I want to play one more time." And he brought in Jasmine Hayworth. Jasmine and I had so much fun at the beginning of the season, working together and getting to know each other more. Just an absolute blast with her. She's awesome. And then Jason was like, "Hey, I think I'm going to let someone else take my spot on the roster. I'm going to come back on the mic." And I was like, "Perfect. You and Jazz are going to do great together. I can actually get my camera back again and go shoot more photos," because I had been so busy with the getting stuff ready for timeouts and not really being able to shoot photos. I had to pay attention to the game and who our contestants were going to be. And I kind of lost the thrill that I'd get for shooting photos. So now that is back, and just turned in photos from last week's game, and it was a lot of fun. A lot more work though when you have to shoot photos all night and then you have to edit them for a couple days.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. So this has all happened. I kind of thought Jason may not make it long. And for those of the people that don't know, Jason is the owner of the Salem Capitals and had played professional basketball overseas. And yeah, I think his knees are giving him trouble, right?
Well, when you're 7 feet tall, gravity takes its toll on you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Well, that is so much fun. The other thing you love to do is you've been doing facilitating Salem Greeters, which is a huge group. I'm all about connection and building community. People need to be involved in their local chamber and their local networking groups. And it's such a great group we have in Salem, right?
Yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I wasn't even when I was in when I was in real estate, I was a chamber member, and I was always invited to like the young professionals and all these different events. And at that time in my life, the only thing I cared about was wakeboarding and wake skating. So if I wasn't at work, I was on the water or trying to get on the water. And so I wasn't really interested in building those kind of networking relationships. It wasn't until maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I joined the chamber as a photographer, and my buddy Nick Williams was like, "Hey man, you got to come to Greeters." And I'd already been a member for about 6 months. And so I finally went to Greeters, and it was like a life-changing experience. I met Manny Martinez, and he asked me if I could shoot some photos of him. And I was like, "Man, Greeters is great. Show up to one, I get a new client. I'll have to keep this up. And that was just like, the perfect amount of push to get me to keep going and getting to know everybody. And I feel like that's what business is even more about in this community, is getting to know others, creating relationships, wanting to work with people that you enjoy being around. That's one thing when I was in commercial real estate working with my dad, that we liked working with other people that made it fun to work with. And if they're not fun, it's not worth the headache to try and work with them. So getting to know
Well,
people and building those relationships has been an honor.
well, and we're all about fun and connection and community building here.
What was that?
I love Kermie. I'm telling you, you know what? If you're not having fun in life, you know what? It's just like the alternative is not really great. And the whole thing about connecting and building community, people don't realize the impact on their business and on their life. And it doesn't always happen like you said. I warn people, when you come into a greeters, especially if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to instantly be getting jobs from people and instantly doing stuff. But that's not what the main purpose is. The main purpose is to build community, make friends, and grow. And then you start doing life together, and then it all starts to click. And then
Yep.
people like Manny Martinez, what a great guy he is with his band.
Watching his
You,
journey has been awesome. So proud of
it
him.
has been. Yeah. And he grabbed a hold of me online and said, "Hey, we haven't really got a chance to talk, but I would love for you to get one. I'd love to give you one of our band hoodies," because I'm a hoodie guy, as you could tell. And so I'm like, right on, man. So I've been wearing his. I got to split that with my son's band, though, of course, I can't be too, but I love those. Black hoodie, perfect. And they're just doing so many amazing things. His recovery and his putting his life back together and all that he's doing, just such an inspiration. And so anyway, but those are the kind of people that you meet, the kind of things that happen when you connect with others. So,
Yep.
okay. So I don't want to get too far away from Zak Stone, the photographer. So did you do photography when you were young? Did you do it while you
So
were a realtor? What really inspired you to do that on your own?
I've always had a passion for cameras. When I was a little kid, playing with a video camera, or when I could play with a film camera, I was always just fascinated with capturing images or video. When my dad and I would go on hunting trips when I was younger, I would take the video camera and just go off. And honestly, I'd hold the video camera out and film myself talking to it. And this was like before vlogging was even invented. And so I feel like I was always kind of a camera fiend. And then when in 1998, when digital cameras came out, I bought this thing from Costco. Well, let's backpedal. I took photography in high school because I loved it so much, but I ended up getting a D in the photography class because I used it as a class to miss school instead of being in school. So lesson learned, kids, stay in school. But this camera really taught me composition and just what I wanted to shoot. A lot of sunset, sunrise, nature, friends, macro photography, just anything I thought was beautiful or tried to look at the world in a different perspective. I tell kids when I go to the schools and talk to them, is like, think if you were a squirrel and you're in a tree, what would this photo look like? Or if you were a bug on the ground, what would this photo look like? So that really helped me develop, I think, my eye for photography. And then I just kept going out and shooting photos whenever I could. Like, my camera roll on my phone has over 40,000 images, and my iCloud's all full. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
been a
telling
journey.
you, it is something that I always had a little bit of a passion for, nothing like what you did. I took photography in college too, and got to learn how to develop my own photographs back in the day when we actually
Yeah,
had to go into a dark room and develop them.
film.
And yeah, I mean, the advent of the digital camera has been amazing because not only do you know what you look like immediately, because I remember waiting for the picture to come back and just hoping it looked as good as you thought at the time.
Right? Yeah, and you
Yeah.
didn't mess up the settings.
Yeah, and you hope that you were not underexposed or overexposed when you were a kid taking pictures. You go on vacation, you took all these photos, and then it cost you a lot of money to get them developed. Nowadays, they just appear and it's part of the whole program. So I mean, you're
That
just
just costs a lot of money to take the photo with your camera.
yeah, exactly. It was crazy. But you know what? I love what you do. I want everybody, I want to encourage everybody. You have got to connect with Zak, and you got to take a look at some of these photos, especially on his Instagram or Facebook. I mean, they've got some great things, but I've got all of his information there. And Zak, before we wrap things up today, I want you to give everybody kind of your golden nugget, your inspirational thought of today that you want people to remember from our conversation, and then remind everybody both. I'm going to put it on the screen, but also remind them verbally so those listening can hear it. The best ways to get in touch with you.
So I think when I lived in Florida and I taught wakeboarding and wake skating and water skiing to people, and especially kids, I would tell them, if you're not falling, you're not having fun. Also, if you can't have a good day until you've had a bad day. So out there on the water, you're riding, you're falling on every single trick. It's a bad day riding. Well, maybe the next day you go out and you land every single trick and you don't fall. You wouldn't have that comparison of how good that day was unless you had that bad day of failure. So I would want to say, like, even though today is a bad day and everything seems like it's going wrong, there's always tomorrow and everything could go right, and you would appreciate that day tomorrow a lot more if you didn't have that day today.
Exactly. And how do they connect with you?
You can hit me up at zakstonephotography.com or Zak Stone Photography on Instagram, and that's ZAKSTONE. You can also email me at zakstonephotography@gmail.com. I'm also on
Perfect.
TikTok too, but I don't do it as much. But if you're on TikTok, you can follow me there. Also, if you like Legos or action figures, you can follow me at Zak the Lego Maniac on Instagram as well.
Ah, awesome.
If you
Wow.
can't
Say that
tell.
one more time. Zak
Uh,
the
Zak the Lego Maniac on Instagram.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get that up there too as well. And you know, I got to tell you, you and I are so much alike and think so much alike. First off, when I was learning snow skiing, not wakeboarding, I was taught initially, I was told you got to fall. And I'm like, I don't want to fall. No, you've got to fall. I don't want to fall. They go, no, you got to fall because you don't learn if you don't fall. If you
Yep.
don't push yourself, you don't grow and you don't learn. The growth and the learning comes out of adversity and falling in life and having challenges, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
and then the other thing is my dad's favorite phrase to me always growing up, my hero, he told me, tomorrow's a new day. That was his thing. If things aren't going well today, if you're having challenges today, tomorrow is a new day. And you know what? We all have the hope and the blessing of that. God has given us a new day tomorrow, right? And so just keep on moving, everybody. And I'm just so thankful for you, Zak. So thankful that you're here today. Thankful. We're going to have you on again here sometime in the future because I just love to have my twin on. First off, you know.
Well, now that I
So
have Chrome on my laptop and SteamYard, it'll be a lot easier next time.
there you go. There you go. And you're the best. You're the best looking one of the twins. So there we go. We got to get
I
you
don't.
on.
I don't think there's a comparison. I think we're identical.
There you go. Well, listen, I am going to say goodbye to you, send you to the green room, but hang tight for just a second. I want to talk with you after. And there is your Zak, the Lego Maniac IG as well that people
Okay.
can do. There you go. Thanks, Zak. I appreciate you, my friend. We'll see you in a minute.
Thanks, Russ. All right, bud.
All right, everybody. I'm telling you, great information from Zak today. I'm telling you, you've got to make sure and connect with him. So many amazing ways. And if you're in the Salem or Oregon area, man, link up with him personally, Salem Chamber Greeters, or at the Salem Capitals basketball games that are amazing, by the way. So much fun, so much family fun. I took my beautiful wife and daughter to a game. Ken Cernida was able to be honored as well at halftime and before the game started. Actually, I got to go high five everybody, all the players, all the fans. It was a lot of fun down on the court, and just a great time. They just really put a good package together. So today, I just want to thank you for being here. Remember, we're all about how amazing people connect, and every Monday and Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific daylight time. We have amazing people like Zak, and I would love it. There's help with Zak's information again, and his Instagram also, or no, his email is ticking along the bottom. But also, I want to tell you that I would love for you to connect with us on YouTube. That is such a great place to gather and get all the information of all the amazing guests. Just go to marketingwithruss.live today. You'll go straight to my YouTube page and you can subscribe today. I would love for you to do that. It would really be great for our community. Also, to connect directly with me, just go to russhedge.com today. That's it, russhedge.com. If you know my name and you know the name of the show, man, I keep it simple. I am a simple-minded guy. I would love for you to connect with me, and that would be so awesome. Okay. With that, I think we're going to wrap it up for the day. Don't forget, we're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And one last thing, don't forget our wonderful sponsors. Let's see if I could take off that banner ticking along the bottom too. That would help. There we go. Our wonderful, amazing sponsors. And we are listener supported. Scan this QR code or the link in the comments this Thursday. Turning cold calling into making friends. It is an amazing packaged workshop, and I don't take the credit. I've taken so much wisdom from other people, but it is an hour or less of your day, and it's free. If you put free just for you today, put free in the promo code, and you'll get that workshop free this Thursday. But you got to sign up now because there's only so many spots. So thank you for that. With that, have a blessed and amazing day, and until Thursday, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.